Hey, coffee lovers. We caught up with Crystal, who is the Cappuccino Traveler, and you'll find her, the Cappuccino Traveler, on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's got her own blog. If you go to www.thecappuccinotraveler.com, you'll find her. We did a short interview with her to just talk about how she started, why she started the blog, and we think you'll enjoy this.
Hello, this is Scott from Coffeeprops, and we are with Crystal, who goes by the title on Instagram, the Cappuccino Traveler. And Crystal, it's been a joy watching your feed, and I noticed that you just had your 100th blog post pretty recently. So we wanted to reach out and just talk with you a little bit about all of that. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Well, great. And so, Crystal, you have a blog. First of all, where can those who are listening find you and read your blog? Can you give us the address?
It's pretty simple. The handle, the address, the URL is www.thecappuccinotraveler.com.
Excellent. The Cappuccino. Now, you are you're helping the world learn how to spell cappuccino.
That's very true. And the funny story is with that is I often, in typing it out very fast, misspell it myself. That's very true. It's a very tricky word to spell.
Okay. So just real quickly, that is the Cappuccino Traveler, CAPPUCCINO, Traveler. The Cappuccino
That is
Traveler.
correct.
So,
yep.
well, Crystal, I want to ask you, what caused you to start a blog in the first place? What was your inspiration?
I love to write. I have always loved writing and sharing. And when I realized that there was a platform out there that could reach people that I didn't know, that I could take my love of writing and my creativity, it just immediately appealed to me. I really had no idea what I was doing. So it has been a learning experience every single step of the way. And what spurred that even more is when I discovered local coffee shops. It just sort of fueled that fire. I was just so excited to share it with other people that when I found out that there was a blogging platform a blog platform that I could do this on, it was a no-brainer for me.
Beautiful. And then all the entrepreneurs who are listening are saying, you go, girl, because they know that nothing gets started unless you just jump right in and get it going. And then you tweak and you change and you learn. So good for you. So in keeping a blog up to date, first of all, how many times do you write in your blog? How many?
I like to post twice a week. Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays. I'm in the course of sort of changing a little bit of my blog focus, where I still blog about traveling and the local coffee shops I visit, but I'm also trying to provide coffee education. And that's something new that I have started just this year. And, I've been blogging for 3 years. But I've really just taken it to another level this year with being a self-hosted blog and really trying to listen to my audience and what they're asking for. And my audience was asking for coffee education along with hearing all about these great places where I'm traveling.
Well, it's a beautiful blog. I'm looking at it as you're talking here, and the current blog post, let's see, the one that I show is what is cold brew coffee.
Yep, I loved writing that because I'm seeing this buzzword everywhere, from your local gas station to the local coffee shops to your larger coffee corporations, and so many people did not know what real cold brew is. They thought you brew coffee in your coffee pot and you poured over ice. And that is not what cold brew coffee. That's not what cold brew coffee is at all. And so that that was really my first coffee education post, and it was so fun, and I cannot wait to write more.
Great. And yeah, I think the difference between pouring coffee over ice and cold brew, the cold brew is you're brewing it cold. The pouring over
That's
ice
correct.
is more iced coffee.
Yes, that's correct. And cold brew coffee is heat between anywhere from 10 to 24 hours. So cold brew coffee has less acidity and a sweeter notes are able to come from that bean because of the extremely slow process.
Right. Well, in blogging, what do you find is a challenge? And the reason I'm asking that is because there are probably other people who have thought about blogging or might be struggling with the same thing you are. So what do you find is difficult about blogging?
It is very challenging, and you have to be determined and very tenacious and secure in who you are in your perspective. It's very easy to look and see what this person's doing and what that person's writing about, and, I want to go this way, and you're tempted to change who you are in your voice. So sometimes I find that it's hard to just stay true to who I am. Whether I have 10 blog views or 100 blog views that day, just to keep doing what I'm doing, and just to keep sharing my passion and my message. And coffee, I think the other challenging thing is coffee is such a broad community. That's specifically what I have trouble with, because you have people that love their instant coffee and they love their Folgers and their K-cup, and they're happy with that, and they don't want to ever move from that. And then you have the exact opposite of that spectrum that are hardcore, local roasting, organic, fair trade. We're going to grind the beans right before we brew and do a slow pour over, and they're really wanting to get as much as they can out of the coffee bean. And so having such a broad community to reach, I struggle with trying to give my audience exactly what they want. So then I just go back to who I am, and like I said, I'm super excited about not just presenting local coffee shops, but about coffee education. My core, my number one really focus of my blog is to ignite a passion in everybody else to seek out their local coffee shop. So many of us are still patronizing large coffee companies, and we're comfortable with that. So I want to ignite a passion to others to seek out their local coffee shops and to go out and support them. Even if it is a little bit more out of your way, it is so worth it in the long run.
Why coffee and not icicles or fashion? What is it? Why are you blogging about coffee instead of other topics? I mean, there's thousands of topics. What drew you to coffee?
I'll never forget the day that it was the first ever and my only one experience, and I was fired from my job. And I was devastated. And I just took to the road. I got in my car, and I just drove. It seemed like forever. And when I stopped, I was at my local Starbucks and a coffee shop. And I had up to this point, I had no interaction with specialty coffee whatsoever. And so I needed to stop, and I walked into Starbucks and ordered myself an almond latte. And by the way, I had no idea what I was ordering whatsoever, because up to this point, I had pretty much just drank instant coffee. And so I just ordered something that looked similar to my coffee at home. And I sat there at that table, and just drinking the coffee by myself, it just brought such comfort. And I needed that in that moment. And that really birthed my love of coffee, because it provided me comfort in a moment of distress in my life. And I realized that I had such a love and a passion for it. And when you are passionate about something, it is easier to write about. It's easier to talk to people about it and share about it. And coffee is such, most people know what coffee is. Most people drink coffee. And with a lot of people, coffee and comfort go hand in hand together. Everybody has their own coffee stories to share. So that's why I chose coffee, because it just resonated with me.
Yeah, so you had a life experience that really touched you deeply, and you found that coffee was something. I mean, when some people will put on Instagram, coffee is life, something like that, it may just be a slogan and a cool thing to put up, but for you, it is truly a life experience that you had. That's a pretty cool backdrop to what you're writing, and that gives you a lot of credibility. That's awesome. And so let's get back to where people can find you. It's the Cappuccino Traveler, and we're going to take the moment here to spell cappuccino, because it's spelled so different ways. So that's the, and then Cappuccino, Cappuccino, Traveler. And I've been looking at the site here. I subscribed, and looking forward to seeing all of the inspiration that you have, and keep writing. Now, where are you based? Even though you travel,
I am actually in the state of West Virginia, but I'm just about an hour out of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
So I live and I'm actually about an hour from Baltimore, Maryland. So there is so many. The Washington, D.C. coffee scene is just outstanding. It's just, there are so many. I haven't even hit all the shops there. But that's sort of where I'm based out of. And you can find me under the Cappuccino Traveler on, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm there on most all social media platforms.
If you just go to Google and type in the Cappuccino Traveler, I'm sure you'll find her. Well, Crystal, thank you for taking the time to share with us. We look forward to looking at what you produce over the next several weeks, and keep writing for us, okay?
Thanks. I love it, and thanks for having me.